What's up, pinball fans? I hope everybody's having an amazing day, getting ready for the holidays and spend time with family and friends. I know I hadn't made a lot of videos lately. That's just because pinball's in a pretty good spot. Everything's kind of slowed down, and I know they're working on other stuff, but for right now, everything's pretty stable with the new 10.8 and Vpinmame and everything. So until they, go with the next generation 10.81 or whatever they're going to next, um, things will slow down a little bit. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's pretty good. So now we can kind of sit back and play a little pinball. Um, I did see a comment on one of the Facebook groups about they wanted to play on their desktop. They had a one screen setup or whatever, but they wanted to play in cabinet mode. But the problem with that is the DMD's turned sideways. They wanted to know, how can I rotate the DMD? And you can and you can't. The only issue with that is, so let's fire up one, and I always play in cabinet mode on my desktop always. But I have three screens, so let's I'll show you this. We're gonna show it one screen. We'll fire it up. Okay, so here's Tron. So if I had my screen rotated, I could play alright, but the score, is turned sideways. So the only thing is you cannot rotate external DMD. I know it sucks. So basically you lose your color DMD if you're going to play this way. But I'll show you how to do it anyway. So first thing you're going to do, you're going to hit F1. You want to pull up your Vpinmame menu. You're going to uncheck external DMD because you won't be able to use the color DMD. And you're going to check show DMD display window. Now that's the original Vpinmame. So we're going to hit OK. Then we're going to close this down. I'm going to close it completely so to get rid of the color DMD. Alright, we're going to launch it again. And now you'll see the regular Vpinmame DMD. Okay? So, it's still sideways. So this is what we got to do. We're going to have to exit this. You're going to have to go into your script, do edit, search, find game name. Alright, we want to go down to this part. Let's do game name again. So we're going to go down to here and see where this says dot games, see game name, blah blah blah, but it has sound in here. You want this exact line with one. You want to copy this, copy, hit enter, and then we're going to paste it right below there. Alright, now all you're going to do is you're going to take sound. This just turns the sound on and off for your Vpinmame. And we're going to put roll for rotate, basically. So you're going to put ROL equals 1. Okay? So you just copy this line, put this line. Now, if this line's already here and it says 0, all you got to do is change it to a 1 and you're set. But if not, then you need to copy this line. You need to have the one with ROL in it. Okay? Once you do that, then we're going to hit play. And look here. Alright, so now our DMD's turned. So what we're going to do, we're going to right click on the DMD, we're going to hit show window border. Alright, and then you can come down here in the corner of it and you can drag it. So we're going to drag it, and you can size it to however you want. What's one good thing about the Vpinmame one, wherever you put it, that's where it stays. You don't have to right click and save it or anything. You just kind of shape it, move it where you want. I like to right click it and then uncheck show border, and then I like to move it around because sometimes it doesn't stick unless you move it. So I'm going to move it a little bit more, and then I'm going to click back on my table. Alright, and that's it. So now I can play the game, I can have the score at the top. So then now when I exit, I'll show you. We're going to close this. Going to ask, do we want to save? Of course, yes. So now when we load up the table again, there you go. You're going to have the score right where you had it. The only problem with that is you're going to have to do that for every table. So if you like playing this way and you're on desktop, you just have to take the time to, edit each table and, hit F1, turn off external DMD. What you could do, if you're going to play all your tables this way and you're not going to use external DMD or whatever, so if this is just a complete setup for, you're not going to worry about the external DMD. So you can go here, you go to your C drive, Vpinball, Visual Pinball, Vpinmame. All right, and you're going to run the setup.exe. You're going to go to setup defaults, and then you can go right here. You can uncheck external and check show DMD and hit OK. And now that only works for any table that you have not ran before. So if you've already ran the table with the old settings, you're still going to have to manually hit F1, go in, turn it off, and turn the other one on, because it saves it in the registry. But any new table that you download and add, it'll use the save settings, the default settings. So hope it helps you guys out. Yeah. If you got any questions or any comments, ideas, I appreciate everybody that's subscribed to the channel lately. And even though I hadn't made a whole lot of content, I do have a lot of videos covering a lot of stuff. If you just look through my channel, you might find something that's can help you out. So yeah, till next time, have a good one.